Well, it was 75 years ago today. The Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, marking the start of U.S. involvement in World War II.
Today, nearly 80 local veterans of that war shared their stories at a luncheon in Sharonville. And Local 12's Larry Davis was also there to hear how this day changed their lives forever.
December 7th, 1941, a day that lives in infamy. Navy veteran Bob Switzer was 15 and in church when he heard the news.
When I first heard this, I said to myself, what's a Pearl Harbor? I had no idea.
2 years later, Switzer says he walked out of a high school class and joined the Navy. He became a medic and served at Iwo Jima. Switzer, now 91, helped save lives but also saw death.
And I think I had my hands on more dead ones than I had on the wounded ones.
Switzer was among some 80 World War II veterans who were honored today at a luncheon in Sharonville. They shared their stories with a group of high school students. 75 years ago today, Bob Doolan was visiting a young lady in Cleves when he got the news Pearl Harbor had been attacked. His plans for the day changed.
I better get back.
Doolan, now 99, flew 13 missions over Europe as a member of the Army Air Corps. He was shot down in 1943, and Doolan was taken captive by the Germans, and he spent over a year as a prisoner of war.
The last 6 months, I remember being hungry and cold, but I made a lot of good friends.
Doolan remembers the day that he and his fellow prisoners were freed.
A tank burst through the barbed wire, and I didn't do it, but I saw men get down and kiss the ground.
What happened on this date 75 years ago changed these men's lives forever.
But I'm proud of my military service, because if it wasn't for the 15 million service people in this country back in 1942, 43, and 44, and 45, we'd be speaking Japanese or German.
And Paula, we really need to treasure these first-hand accounts of the Second World War. Sadly, the number of these veterans, the veterans who tell them, the number is dwindling, and many of them are now well into their 90s, and as that one gentleman, he was close to 100. Paula, back to you.
So true, Larry, and they will always be remembered, though. Of the 16 million U.S. service members who served in World War II, the Department of Veterans Affairs says only about 620,000 remain alive today.